Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss some of the weird bourbon traditions that we personally do. My name is Miss Becca Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, as well as our special guests, Matt Modica, Lenny Eckstein, and Joe Ferreira.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey everybody.
Hey, so we're going to be talking today about some weird bourbon things that we do. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, though, Joe said there's something he needed to talk about. What is that, sir?
Has anyone ever had a run-in with the TSA when trying to board a flight since 9/11?
Nothing bad, they're annoying. I don't want to get into a pissing contest with them because I feel like they're going to win. So even when they're annoying, I just comply and try to get out of there. One time I had a thing that was somebody gave me. It was a DVD opener and had a blade in it, and they stopped. They hit like the button. What? I'm like, what the fuck have I done? And they're like, oh, there's a blade in here, and they come over, and then like the managers congratulating, they're high fiving. I'm like, it's like a cutter inside of a thing. It's like not even a real razor. It's like a thumbnail of a razor blade that's in there. You run it along.
Gotcha.
Open up DVD things after, it was like, you don't even open up, it's outdated at this point, but they caught it in my briefcase one time and made a big deal, and they're like, well, you want to run that back to your car? I'm like, throw it away.
God, I had a fucking, I had a bad time, actually. It was a bad day. I got invited on a trip that I was not initially invited to. This girl and one of her friends were going to go on this trip, and then her friend got pregnant, and so she couldn't go. She was going to Las Vegas to go to a Lady Gaga concert. And so her and her best friend couldn't go because she's pregnant, and she reached out to me, which I don't understand how I was like, I don't know if she talked to every other friend that she had and then asked me, because it didn't fully make sense why I was asked to go, but I was like, yeah, like that sounds fun. Like I love Las Vegas, and like going to a Lady Gaga concert. Like it was when this was a while ago, so she was still kind of new, but she was very popular at the time. So I was like, yeah, fuck it. I'll go to Las Vegas. It sounds fun. This is probably around 2011-ish, I want to say. And so I get ready, and she's like, meet at my house. And I said, all right, go over to her house. She's not ready. And she's like, oh, my dad's going to drive us. We also had to go about 2 hours to a different airport because that's where the direct flight was at. So we had to drive, and she's like, oh, my dad's going to pick us up. He's got a limo. And I'm like, shit, this sounds great. Like, we got a limo to cruise over in. And we're sitting there, and I'm like looking at the time, and I'm like, we're getting pretty close for a 2-hour drive here. Like, we're really starting to cut it close. And I'm like, is your dad on his way? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, because like, we're getting close on time.
Right.
Dad finally shows up, and this is like an old limo. This is not a nice limo. This is like when your friends are like, dude, I got drunk and bought a limo. Like, exactly, Andrew Webrink, exactly. Yeah, so it's like an old, shitty, like worn out, fucked up limo. So but that's fine. Cool. Still, we're cruising a limo. Whatever. It's it's old. So I'm like, all right, cool. Finally, all right, we're going. We're good. We're getting on the road. We're good to go. So we get in the limo. We're driving the 2 hours. We're cruising. And then we're pulling into a gas station. I'm like, that's weird. Why are we pulling into a gas station? Oh, well, we got to get gas. Of course. Why would we be prepared for this trip? We stopped to get gas, and I'm just sitting there, like, looking at my clock. I'm like, God damn, we got to get going. Like, I got to check a bag. Right. And we get there. He's filling up on gas. And then I see someone walk up to him, and they're giving each other a hug. He sees some old buddy. We're an hour outside town. Sees some old friend from forever ago. They're hugging it out. They're chatting. And I'm like, we gotta fucking go. Like, we cannot wait anymore. Finally, we get going. We get to the airport, and we're flying Allegiant. And I get up to the ticketing counter, and I'm like, I got my check bag. And they go, sorry, you're too late. And I'm like, I'm too late? They're like, yep, 45 minutes. That's a cutoff. I'm like, it's 3 minutes. She's like, 45 minutes a cutoff. So sorry. And I'm like, I go, so what am I supposed to do? And she goes, I don't know, get your ticket and get on the plane. And I'm like, get my ticket. Yeah, you're right. I should get on the ticket. I should get my ticket and get on the plane with nothing. Okay. So I've got a big purse. So I'm like just shoving stuff into my purse. I'm like, all right, Las Vegas, I need a swimsuit. Like I can go like buy some clothes probably. So I like grab some things. I'm putting clothes on. Like I'm wearing extra clothes to like fly with. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And like, I bring my bag back out to her dad because, he's standing outside just still talking to people. So, he hasn't fucking left. And so I put my suitcase back out in his car and I'm like, we got to get through TSA because once again, we're down to like 38 minutes at this point.
Okay.
And I'm like, so I get up to TSA, I put my big, huge purse that's now overflowing with stuff. I put that through the thing. Alarm goes off. And I'm like, what the fuck? And the guy's like, ha ha, okay. And I'm like, what? I don't even know what I put in there. And he pulls out a large bottle of hairspray.
Ooh. What are you trying to do, sister?
And he goes,
you think you're being funny?
Yeah, he goes, yeah, you can't fly with this. And I go, I didn't even realize I even put that in there.
Right.
And he's like, well, what do you want to do? I said, what do you mean? He's like, what do you want to do with this? Do you want me to do you want to bring it out to a car? Do you want me to like hold it somewhere for you? I'm like, throw it in the fucking trash, dude. Like it's a fucking $5 bottle of fucking hairspray. Throw it in the trash.
Right.
Like I didn't even fucking know I put it in there. I wasn't thinking because I'm just trying to get through fucking TSA so I can get on my fucking plane before it fucking leaves. He's like, okay, so you want us to throw this away then? I'm like, yes, please, for the love of fucking God. I'm sorry that I grabbed the bottle is like this tall, it's as tall as a liquor bottle. Sorry I put that in there. I honestly wasted space by putting it in there. I don't know why I did that. I was just trying to fucking get on this goddamn plane because that's what the ticketing agent said was, get on the plane.
Right.
And I just was like, it just still pisses me off whenever I think about it because it's like, it was fucking hairspray. Like, and made like a big, like I was trying to smuggle on a bomb.
Yeah, what do you think you're doing there? Yeah.
And I'm like literally wearing
Lady Gaga with flat
I
hair.
also look nuts. I've got all this fucking clothes on me.
Sure.
Like, sir, can you not tell what the fuck is going on right now?
Right. Yeah.
So that was, and then I ended up, so I get there and we go to like a fucking, I don't know, like one of those little mall, like the cheap malls that they have.
Right.
An outlet mall. So I go there, buy a bunch more clothes and stuff so that I have something to wear. Mm-hmm. And I've been like, all right, I'm going to have to buy a suitcase. Last night that we're there, we're leaving at like 6 a.m. the next day. Surprising I made it because I never get on those flights. And I'm like, I haven't bought a fucking suitcase yet. And I go downstairs and I ask the guy, I go, where can I buy a fucking suitcase at this time of night? It's, like 2 a.m. He goes, what do you need a suitcase for? I said, I wasn't able to bring my suitcase with, so I just bought clothes.
What do
And he
people
goes-
use suitcases for?
And he goes, well, you don't actually need a suitcase. And I'm like, well, I do because I bought a bunch of stuff and I don't want to throw it away. He's like, no, like you can just like literally check a box.
Okay.
And I said, you can check a box? He's like, oh yeah. He said, you can literally just check a cardboard box and you're good. I was like, do you have a cardboard box? He's like, yep. He goes, they'll even give you shit like packing tape at the airport and they'll tape it up for you. And I said, sweet. So he saved me, $150 there. And I
That was
just,
nice. See, it wasn't all bad.
yep, I just checked a fucking
There you go.
cardboard box.
It's like a homeless person flying.
Literally, I looked like such a
box.
piece of shit. I'm checking a box and it like comes out the end and everyone's like stuff is going around. Here comes my fucking box.
Box. Yeah.
I'm like, cool, sweet. This is great. So that trip fucking sucked, but
Yeah.
I feel like if I was to pull hairspray out of someone's
But
bag of whatever size, my first
never
thought
mind.
goes to, certainly you're going to shoot off a spud gun.
yeah, of course.
And that's a problem on this flight.
It's a big problem. It is clearly a large problem.
the only thing she's missing from that equation is the spuds and the spud gun
And the
itself. But she
ABV.
does
Yeah.
have
That could be hidden.
the
I
accelerator.
had those shoved up my ass, so
Oh, okay.
no way to detect that.
Yes. All right. Lenny, did you have something to contribute besides that?
I mean, nothing of that scale, but I find that my run-ins with TSA are centered around my bag being flagged. I would say like at least 30% of the time when it's going through the X-ray and it kind of makes its way aside. I'm like, God damn it, again. And inevitably, the culprit is either a chocolate bar and or tinned fish, which I kind of get a little, but also like, I don't know, like, does it really trigger like a threat?
sure.
I don't know, some mackerel and some chocolate.
Yeah.
Do they take them from you, or they just
No, they give it
want
to
to
me
see what it
and they
looks?
kind of,
And
feel
the
like
X-ray
they're
probably
used
just
to
picks up
everyone's
like a black square or something and doesn't know what it is.
Yep.
nah, they figure it out pretty quick. I'm trying to think if I had anything else. I'm pretty good. I feel like I don't know. Not that I haven't been guilty of like rushing through and fucking up. Like I've had.
Becca's on the phone right now.
I would say
What
like
about
1 out
mailing
of
it in
5
for
times
sure?
I have a pocket knife on me still.
Okay.
So I usually hand it to the TSA guy. I'm like, it's yours now. And it never quite goes that easily. They're like, well, we have to now voluntarily surrender it. So do this. And I don't know. But, nothing like Becca's situation. It's
right.
pretty straightforward.
Matt, any run-ins with you?
Yeah, there's only one I can think of where it was kind of early on in the whole TSA pre-check thing. And, we got, both Linda and I got it because we kind of travel a little bit. And we got to Orlando, got to Orlando fine, didn't take the shoes off and all that stuff with the pre-check. Come back from Orlando going to St. Louis, and there was this agent that was just like, you got to take your shoes off. And we're like, no, we're pre-checking. I don't care, you got to take your shoes off. And it was just unnecessarily brutal about the damn shoes. And you're like, okay, we'll take the shoes off. Like, it was a whole thing. But that was like the only thing. Other than that, the only thing I can think of is at Disney World, they have like metal detectors and weapons detection systems now.
Right.
And almost every single time Linda gets stopped. Like there's just something in her purse or something that like, I think it's a pill case. It's kind of similar, Lenny, to your like, probably the tin fish thing. It's kind of, it must come across as something on the little detection system. And so they, always have to pull her out of line and pat her down and do the whole wand thing and check her purse and all that.
Use the back of their hands in the sensitive areas.
Exactly. So, Mickey Mouse comes out and stuff.
Yeah. Joe, you asked the question. There's got to be a good story here, I would think.
Okay, I'm going to start with the flight before the flight I want to talk about. I went somewhere, I think it was Florida, and I got on the plane. I had a backpack with me. When I opened it up, there was a 4-inch pocket knife, a Swiss Army knife, and I'm like, they let me on the plane with all this stuff. So I got to where I was going. I mailed it back to me, and there was no problem going home. So the next time we went on the plane, I was telling this story to somebody else. And I got on the plane once with all this stuff. So my bag goes through, and it doesn't come out. And about 5 minutes later, the woman comes over and she goes, "Come with me." And she pulls me over to the side, and she's reaching in my bag, and she pulls out a auto assist pocket knife. And she goes, I'm like, my wife said that all the color drained out of my face because I thought I took all this stuff out the night before. Maybe I shouldn't have been drinking. But and then they pull out a Leatherman with a knife on it, and then another Swiss Army knife, and she's just giving me these dirty looks. And what made it worse is my wife saying, "Well, when is he going to get them back?" She's arguing with him. I go, "Shut up, shut up." At the time, the open assist knives were illegal in New York. Now they're legal. So I'm like, they can get me in a lot of trouble with this knife. I shouldn't have it to begin with. I'm like, shut up, shut up. And this woman just staring at me. I'm like, I'm not getting on. In my head, I'm like, I'm not getting on this flight. And she goes, "You got anything else in there?" I'm like, I don't know. I didn't even know I had those things in there. So after maybe about 10 minutes, she hands me my bag, and I got to leave. But I was sure they were just going to pull me off the line altogether. And
they almost sent you to Guantanamo.
Yeah.
You might want to consider different travel bags depending on.
You know what? I emptied it out completely. I put all the knives in my drawer because I didn't use them for like. I carry photography equipment, and I just want to be able to cut something if I need to, like cut a rope or whatever. So I took everything out, but I forgot to take the knives out that time.
Yeah, fair enough.
Classic supervillain.
Exactly. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Matt. Matt, what do you got there, man?
Well, with the story that Becca just said, I'm going to do some limousine rye.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. All right. No, that was okay. Lenny, what do you got?
I've got some Magnus cigar.
Magnus. Okay. That's our current leader. I've got some planters here, just as if they're regular shelfie planters, not a barrel pick or anything. That's what we got here. Lenny still has the lead. Becca's next.
I've got some Trackside Distilling Company from Jade Peterson.
That's our lead.
Nice.
Solid. Slight slosh at the end, but other than that, pretty good. Joe's next.
I've got a Maker's Mark barrel pick from my local liquor store.
Okay. Nothing. I don't know. Seemed like a mic issue there.
I think it's a mic issue because it was pretty loud here.
Okay. There was nothing going on our end. So Becca wins. So cheers to Becca.
Sweet.
Cheers, Becca.
Cheers.
All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to talk about some weird bourbon traditions, things that we do that maybe no one else does. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
This is Lenny Eckstein, and to set the record straight, I am a vegan, and you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about our weird bourbon traditions.
Yes, we are. So, does anybody got something they want to throw out there?
Something weird that I do, not every time that I drink bourbon, but it seems like I do it when I'm like drinking and like making dinner or like cleaning around the house, is I take a sip and I keep it in my mouth for like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
That
I'm
is
just
long.
like walking around with like this alcohol burning every single thing inside my mouth.
It's a cleanse.
Is it like an endurance thing?
I
Like you're
don't know.
trying to-
I don't even realize I do it. I just like do it, and it's literally like I can just like it makes it sound like I'm not drinking good whiskey, but it's high proof alcohol, and so it's just like literally like burning like everything because I just am keeping it in my mouth, and also
All your chankers and whatnot, or
also I'm like, oh my god, I need to swallow this booze.
yeah.
So I don't know. I do that sometimes when I'm just like not like paying attention to what I'm drinking.
Sure.
I'm just like working on stuff. If I'm like working on things, I'll just sit there with the alcohol in my mouth for like 5 minutes at a time.
Okay. That's to get a tattoo on her thumb reminder to
Drink.
Drink your bourbon. All right. Other weird ones.
I've got one that I've talked about in the past, and maybe I've eased off it a little, but I did it with the bottle that I'm sipping from right now, and that is, so if I'm either excited about the bottle or astounded at how much more expensive it was than I thought it would be, which is the case here, I will crack it in the cart immediately and take a swig just to see what's going on. I think I've just tried to be more careful about it because, like, I've realized, not the best look if there's a police officer in the parking lot.
It is not the best
looking
look.
at me.
No.
So, I'm more stealthy about it now, but that's something I like to do. Kind of feels like the right thing to do.
All right.
In the wrong way, I don't know.
All right. Anybody else got weird ones they do?
Years ago, I did an infinity bottle
Okay.
just out of curiosity, and I tasted it, and I ended up giving it away because it just wasn't good.
Yeah.
But a lot of times if I go to a restaurant or a bar, I don't drink bourbon unless it's something I haven't had before. And then if there is something like that, I'll buy it. And then I sit there for probably 5 minutes, if not longer, and just sniff it before I even taste it.
Mm-hmm.
And you start getting looks from some people who think you're maybe a little weird because you're just sitting there going over and over, and then maybe
Well, they're the
finally getting around to it. Exactly.
Yeah,
that's a weird. Another weird one that we all do. I think we all do is if you ever don't wash a glass out in the sink and you leave it out overnight.
Yes.
That's one of the best smells in bourbon. That's even better than a rick house. It's
better
than freshly poured alcohol for sure.
So good.
You smell like we'll do events and we're like, well, let's not clean up. We'll get it in the morning, so we have all the glasses piled up. And I got to carry them all next door because that's where the dishwasher is. And man, that smells good. Man, that's so good.
I personally like it when I bring a glass to bed at night and I wake up in the morning and I can still smell it in my, like I can smell it next to my bed without even having my nose in the glass. I can just smell it.
Yeah.
And like that is, I love that.
Yeah.
That smell. I think it's fantastic.
I think we all turn into that. That's a weird one. You wouldn't think, smell your glass the next day. It's better actually. So
it is really
probably
good.
the only beverage that it is better the next day. I mean, like a milkshake the next day probably isn't too pleasant.
And you do have to finish it. Like it can't be like a half, like there can't be anything left in that glass. Like when it's like all
Remnants,
like there's
yeah.
like just some left at the bottom. Then that's kind of gross. But when it's
And it
all
looks
gone,
gross. It does. It's visually not appealing at all.
no, it's like cloudy and like just
Right.
not good looking. But if it's all gone and it's just a clean or it looks like a clean glass,
Yeah.
that it smells so good. I
Yeah,
love
all that alcohol is evaporated, so you just get the essence of what the
Yeah.
whiskey is.
Exactly.
It's great.
It is very good.
That's the tastiest.
I've got a weird one, because I have relatives in Ohio where it's always Weller's always been accessible, and I guess it's getting more and more accessible now. But I've always bought Weller Special Reserve, even though I don't drink it, because I used to trade at Toddy's in Bardstown, and you'd get $100 store credit for Weller Special Reserve. Well, I buy them for $20 in Ohio, and then $100. I feel like I was buying a $100 bill for $20. So I probably got, after trading still, I bet you in the house here I've got 35 or 40 of them, way more. And if I go up to Ohio and I see one for $20 or 22, whatever it is now, I'd probably buy it still. I don't. So I have a weird just buy Weller Special Reserve even though I don't drink it. Because people,
Right, if it's there.
yeah,
Yeah, mine's a little similar. We keep buying the dang Boxing Bear and the Fight Club stuff, and they just keep out piling on and on the bar.
Oh, well, you want to keep doing that. Let's not
Well, I
stop
know
that.
yeah, you want
that's
us
not,
to keep
that's
doing
not
it,
wacky. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. No, but I think we tend to, I don't know if this is weird, but I mean, we tend to try to stick to the bottles that are open that we really enjoy. And then we have a whole bunch of varieties that we loved every one of them that we bought because we tasted most of them. And we just keep on drinking the same ones until they're gone. So it's like,
Do you
have to
still
finish
do
it.
things like you used to early on? I remember you guys would be like, you taste it, you keep tasting notes and all that. Do you still do that kind of stuff?
No, I kind of let that go a little bit. I do have the spreadsheet. It needs to be refreshed.
Okay.
So I keep an inventory, but it's been a while since I've gone through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you kind of got out of the tasting notes, which is a bad thing. I want to get back into that habit because you can't always remember, like, oh, well, this is, Fight Club number
Right.
13 or number 9.
Did you miss out on
Or
Fight
whatever it
Club,
is.
or did you miss out on Boxing Bear 14 that just came out this week?
I
Sold out in
did.
less than 24 hours. That thing was
Yeah. Yeah.
out of there. So that was crazy. That was a crazy one.
I've got another one that's in the vein of bottle acquisitions where I've talked about this before as well. For all of 2025, I did not buy a bottle that was not either a small independent distillery doing a damn thing, occasionally an NDP that I find like compelling, or if it had to be for market research, I would buy a bottle for that reason.
That's why I buy all
But
mine.
like if I need
Market
to see, like
research.
for instance, like the cigar blend that from Magnus, I want to see what they were doing since they're maybe the most synonymous with it. But I think I'm going to stick with it in 2026. Like, and it can be challenging sometimes because if I'm traveling and I walk into a shop, I'm like, oh, like there's nothing, like there's only big brands. So like 2 weeks ago, I left the first shop, went to another one and bought a bottle that I already had a bottle of at home, but I was like, you know what? I'd rather spend $50 on a Colorado craft brand than buy, whatever XYZ, large heritage brand. Even though it's good, gotta support, the guys doing the damn thing.
Yeah, I think that's okay. That's a good policy. Anything else?
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of things that we just aren't
Oh, yeah.
thinking of, or things that
Right.
we don't even think are
Or
weird.
if people hung out with us, so they'll be like, "That's weird." We're like, "Oh, well,
Yeah, they
that was
definitely be like,
normal."
that's a weird thing to do.
Right,
I mean,
right.
like not opening bottles that you buy sometimes. It's like, why would you not open something you just bought?
Right, right.
I got one other weird one that I can throw out there, and Becca, maybe I don't know if you've had experience in this. So, so when it comes to putting a blend together, be it for bourbon or our American single malt, historically I would spend the time to pull samples and, to the best of my understanding, pull accurate volumes, build a blend, build multiple blends, work through them, sometimes build them up. I've realized I kind of hate doing that. So more often than not, I kind of just freeball and I'll pick a barrel and be like, I'm starting with this one. Then I'll pick another barrel, dump it in, taste it, and then think, what will complement this one? And I've gotten myself into trouble where like I figure out how to fix a blend that didn't come out as I wanted. But
Okay.
I like the idea of like not being so calculated.
I don't
in a
think it has to
spreadsheet?
be as calculated as like people think. Like I think that you
I
need
don't
to
know
know
either.
what you're doing. Like you can't just like dump random shit together. But like I don't think it's as like crazy as like some people are like, wow, it must be take forever. It's like, well, you need to know like what you're like pulling, and like like whenever I'm pulling out samples, like when we did Papa's birthday blend or his legacy blend, I tasted through like 50 barrels, and like I did not like sit and like I didn't taste 50 barrels like all out in the glass and like sit there and like think about it as I was doing it. I went through, drilled holes in the barrels. I took a sip, spit it out, and was like, "Yep, that works. Yep, that one works. Okay, that one's good. This one sucks. I don't like this one. That one's not what I'm looking for." Like I just went like I it did not take that long of a time.
Do you
me to
ever,
figure
in a
out.
similar area, do you ever do that with a single bottle? Like if you're going to someone's house or to an event, rather than pulling a single barrel pull, do you ever like full it halfway and then add another 25% and kind of move around, then dump some out and top it off again?
I don't know if
I
I've done that
recommend it. I think it's fun.
exact. Like if I'm doing a blend, I don't know. Like there's
It's like a
sometimes where
micro blend.
blends just work out. Like they work themselves out a lot of times. I feel like there's sometimes where they taste like shit though, which is really funny because there's sometimes where you're like, yeah, these will all work together, and then you taste it and you're like, this sucks
I
actually.
fucked up.
Like this is not good at all. Thank God I didn't dump those barrels. Or times where like I thought that one like the very first blend that I did, the bottled in bond 4 grain, I thought was gonna just be like fantastic right off the rip, and it got fucked up because one of the barrels dumped with 15 gallons, and it fucked up the entire batch. Like literally, Brian calls me. And I was like, I actually no, I called Brian. I was like, how good is it? And he's like, it's not.
Ooh.
And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, it's not at all what you said it was going to be. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Should've
And he
told
had
them to
dumped
keep
all
it
the
south
barrels.
longer.
All the barrels are dumped. Like this was not like pulled samples and we put them together. We dumped all the barrels and I was like, this does suck.
Wow.
I was like, this is not all I was trying to do. And so I had to fix that. And so it was very stressful. I was like walking around. I was like, what the fuck? What do I even do? And then now, if that happened again, I would figure it out more quickly. But it's stressful when like, I mean, you're dumping
Yeah.
a lot of money,
Thousands of dollars.
thousands of dollars
Right.
into something.
Yeah.
Boy,
Stick some
that is,
Ambrana staves in there.
Yeah. That's the key, right?
That's very, very scary. But luckily, people really loved that batch. I had a guy that came in today and he was like, I bought the last few bottles that they had at Party Source. Like, they're out of it now. I was like, sweet. He's like, it's so good. And I'm like, thank God.
That's
There you
all
go.
me.
I go, thank God, because it fucking sucked.
Oh, perfect.
It was not good.
All right. Well, there you go. There's a bit about some of the weird bourbon things that we do, and there's plenty more, folks. We may revisit this down the road. We'll see. All right. As we wrap this one up, let's talk about where people can find us. Matt, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on my website at sabertoothcyber.com.
Okay. Joe.
I'm on Instagram at bourbon_aficionado.
Lenny.
You can find me and the rest of Deerhammer on social media at Deerhammer, on the webs at deerhammer.com, where you can order Deerhammer shipped to your door in almost every state. And you can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
Miss Becca Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Becca Sue, 1K, no C's, and you can order from NeelyFamilyDistillery.com these days and taste some of the single barrels. And my second batch is now online as well, so that's pretty exciting
Okay.
for me, anyways.
Oh, that's cool. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. It's at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's going to be abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see me at the ABV Barrel Shop. This is the place where you can try before you buy. How about that? People can't even believe that's true sometimes. They're like, well, how much does it cost? No, you're sample. And then we feel you're going to be so smitten you're going to buy some. But there you go. That's our policy. Come by and see us. abvbarrelshop.com. Becca, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing with us, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you very soon. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
So long.
Bye, guys.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.